Here's a question. Why do the Christmas markets in Budapest win awards as the best Christmas markets in Europe year after year? The answer is in this episode. Stay tuned. My name is Sunny, and I wanted to create a podcast that would be like a campfire where you tell stories, share life experiences, sing songs, tell jokes, and come home with great vibes. That's why I created Campfire Corner. Welcome to Campfire Corner with Sunny. Hello again, this is Sunny, and you're listening to Campfire Corner with Sunny. We are talking about my trip to Budapest over Christmas time in this series of episodes. And this is episode 46. We are talking about day 2. And most of this day 2 I have summarized in an on location summary. So we will go to that in a second. But I just wanted to answer the question that I asked in the last episode. Which 3 bridges would you buy? So from the on location summary in on location footage piece to camera on Sacheni Chain Bridge, you already know that the 2 bridges I would buy would be Pont des Arts in Paris, second would be Sacheni Chain Bridge, and the third would be that bridge in Copenhagen that goes from Copenhagen to Malmo in Sweden over the sea. It's called Orsund. In British pronunciation is Orsund, and the local pronunciation is Ulsen. I'm not Danish, so I can't say it properly. I'm just trying. Ulsen is the way they say it, but it's written Oresund. That O is a funny O which looks like a zero, which is from the Danish alphabet, I'm guessing. But it's a lovely bridge as well. So I do want to take pictures of that bridge at some point when I go back to Malmo. Okay, now let's go to that on location summary. Some of the things would be repeated from what I said in the last episode anyway, but just bear with me. Not too much repetition, just a little bit. And then I'll come back to this in studio, which means my living room update, and then we'll summarize the summary. Here we go. Oh, I'm so tired. Remember, I was having those doubts before I came over whether in winter it would be good to be in Budapest or not. Would it be any good going a second time after I've just been there a few months ago? Oh, yes. The answer is yes to both of them. There were several moments in the day today when I thought, oh, I'm so glad I'm here. Oh, I'm so glad I came. It's just, I don't know what is about the city. Is very cool. It is busy. There are lots of tourists this time than last time. Even last time, there were a lot of tourists. But now, because it's winter and because Christmas time, so I have seen more crowds now in all the markets and all outside markets as well, on the roads, on near the sites, everywhere. A little bit more. It was not deserted even last time. So let's not go into the culture shock thing where you are comparing something and thinking unrealistically about how things were. Things were not that deserted. But yes, of course, the weather change has some effect. I have been packed all day, and I'm glad I brought my those ear muffs kind of things. Not actually ear muffs, but like a cover over my ears. And I have another one which is covers the face as well. Um, have had occasion to use both of them today because it was quite cold in the morning. I think it was -1, -2, somewhere around there in the morning. It was snowing in the morning when I left about 12:45 in the afternoon. It was not snowing anymore, but you could see the roads were all wet. And this is one of the things that I really like, that they know how to deal with snow. It's not like London where you have 2 flurries and everything comes to a standstill. No, the cars were running, the roads were clean, the footpaths were clean. You could see snow on the edges where it had been cleaned. It had been what's broomed, not broomed, swept. It had been swept aside, but swept aside. Yeah, swept, sorry. But it was not on the footpath, so there was not a lot of snow and ice where you could slip on it. The cars were running, the trams are running, the trains are running, everything is running. City is awake, city is alive, city is going about its business. If it has snowed, so what? Whereas in London, Oxford as well, if you see snow, everything stops because, oh my god, there is snow. So because of the extreme weather conditions, we are canceling these trains. Nope, nothing like that in Budapest. So that part I really enjoyed, that I had no inconvenience because of snow. Okay, the weather though was cold, and I had to use the gloves, and one hand has to be out of the glove because you have to operate the camera, and my camera, the Osmo Pocket 3, is very small, it's tiny. So it's much bigger than it used to be in Osmo Pocket 1 and Osmo Pocket 2 times, but it is still very small. So when you hold it with with the glove on, is oh, there's a huge risk of dropping it. And my gloves are slightly bigger than my fingers, so it's not very easy to operate from that as well. And I have this nice, neat little tripod called Mantis Pod Z. PGY Tech is a company that usually you see on. Oh, by the way, they're not paying me to say that, but I've used a couple of their products before. They make some very economically priced accessories. So if you buy the same thing from a brand, big brand, you'll find it very expensive. And this thing nobody else has made. This is like an innovative little tripod which can be used as a selfie stick, as a grip, and as a very snaky kind of zigzaggy tripod, selfie stick, or mantis pod, like a praying mantis, that kind of shape as well. So I had occasion to use that today because, well, it adds some height to the camera when I want to raise it, and also some places I use it as a tripod, and also it gives a little bit more body to the camera, so even with a gloved hand it's easier to handle. But for operating it, yeah, you need the hand out of the glove, which was a little bit of a torture at some points, especially like on the bridge. So I had come to Budapest without making a very concrete plan as to what I was going to do. But, and also when I left today, I had not made a very concrete plan as to where I was going to go, what I was going to see. But I had a general idea that let's go near the Danube, and there are lots of these buildings. And the Sacheni Chain Bridge, obviously, one of my two top most favorite bridges. So went there, and then I looked around such an ancient bridge, looked at the Elizabeth Bridge as well. Then managed to find something to eat. I tried the langos for the first time. I had mulled wine in Budapest. All of that was good. So that was all good, and there was a lot of walking involved in that. I kind of don't mind walking in this city. Usually, my walk when I'm home is about half an hour's walk in lunchtime, and here I pretty much walked the whole day. For I was out for 8 hours. I think out of that, at least 4 hours I was just walking. In the lunch time, which was about 3 o'clock, I looked at my watch, my smartwatch, and my steps were 16,000 steps. That's not very little. It's literally miles. And by the way, when I say literally, I don't mean it figuratively. And since then, I walked a few more hours. So I don't know how many hours, how many steps I have done now, but I would reckon something around 10 miles probably in the whole day. But that I'll check later. And in the evening, I got to do another thing that I had not done the first time, which was to take an evening cruise on the Danube. And that was quite nice because you get to see all these buildings, because they have these nice buildings all along the two banks of the river, so you can see them very well from the boat itself. And they are all very nicely lit up now. The Satini Chain Bridge, they have lit it up in Above the bridge, there's a red light. Below the bridge, there's a green light. And then the main body of the bridge is white. So those are the Hungarian, if I'm not wrong, those are the colors of the Hungarian flag. And so other than that, yeah, but the whole cruise was a bit cold. There were two decks to this boat, and one of them was it was warm, nice, indoorsy, because there were glasses on the window which were closed. But the problem was that there were some bright lights on, and they were not going to turn those lights off. And that is a kind of a problem, because if there are lights on, if you're a photographer, you would know this already, the lights would reflect, make the glass a little bit opaque, which means that you will see reflections on there. When you try to take pictures of things that are outside the glass, you will get very strong reflections of things that are inside the boat. So the option was to go up on the upper deck, which was an open deck, no glass, no window, which means lots and lots of cold wind. But the pictures were much better, which you will see on the Insta channel. So yeah, that was the last activity. After that, well, technically the last activity was to eat, because I was hungry when I got off the boat. The lunch was the langos. That was quite filling, so I was not hungry for a while. But as I said, I have been walking so much. I covered three Christmas markets. One was the Vorosmarty. Vorosmarty is like a Vorosmarty terminal near there. That was lovely. And then I went to the Fashion Street one, and oh my God, this is why they win awards, because they just go overboard with the decorations, which obviously is the spirit of Christmas. So they had gone so overboard. There was a car made of Christmas lights in a little showpiece, show box kind of thing. It was a Mercedes Benz. Yes, there was a whole logo and everything within, with the lights, everything with the lights. And in the there was something like a high heeled shoe hanging from there. There were like gift box shaped lights, lots and lots of different things. There was one really big gift box kind of thing as well, where people could stand in the doorway and in the middle of that and then take pictures. It was just bonkers. Literally, not literally bonkers. Okay, I don't know what literal bonkers is, so I won't say that. But it was crazy, wonderfully crazy. And there were some, even when I was walking between the markets, there were lights on the buildings, there were lights on the footpath. So footpaths, there were lots of lights. My camera actually ran out of battery today, but I have this nifty little device called a battery handle. What it does is that it has some battery capacity, about 60% of the Osmo Pocket 3 capacity, and it also works as a handle, as in I can use that, attach it to the Osmo Pocket, and then attach it to the, on the other side, attach it to the tripod on the Mantis pod. So I used that charged it, and then again it ran down, because I took many more photos and videos after that as well. But I have made good use of that battery, so I'm quite happy that it ran down, because yeah, it was all used, nothing wasted. And after the boat ride, I went out, and then I just walked on that embankment kind of thing along the Danube, from the Sacheni Bridge side towards the Elizabeth Bridge side. And on the way, I came across a Starbucks, which was good, because I was in the mood for a coffee and a sandwich. Starbucks is not my top favorite, but I can get by with it. Whereas some people, they say like, "Oh, I don't like Starbucks at all." But it was okay. I had something called a hummus baguette, and other than hummus, it also had eggplant. Eggplant is called brinjal in India, and it's called eggplant in US, and it's called something entirely different in UK. So it's got multiple names. but it was actually okay. It was not bad at all. The bread was really tasty, and their coffee was on point today. My favorite coffee is caramel latte with soya milk, and uh, these days, out of necessity, it is decaf caramel latte with soya milk. They had all those things, and they made it nice. They did get my name wrong on the cup, but that's okay. As long as the coffee was nice, I don't mind. It's not like I'm gonna be fast friends with these people. So I had that, and then after that, I just walked back to my hotel because I was almost halfway to the Elizabeth Bridge. And in the morning, I had seen that it had taken me a very short time to get to the Elizabeth Bridge from my hotel. What I forgot from this morning were two things. One, that when I came down from the hotel to the bridge, it was all kind of sloping down. It was not very extreme slope, but it was gentle sloping down. Coming back, it was a gentle sloping up. It was an upgrade, so a little bit harder to do. And also, in the morning, I had done that road after 9 hours of sleep. Now I was doing that road after 8 hours of walking. Okay, but still, the even that half an hour's walk kind of conditions me to the point that I do get tired, but I don't get exhausted. I do remember earlier I used to feel completely shattered after a day like this. Now I would admit I am tired and I would sleep very soundly like a drunk baby, but I'm not so shattered that I cannot talk to anybody or I cannot record my notes or that I cannot go out if somebody asks me to go out again. So that makes it different. That would be my advice to everybody who is in my age group, that which is 21, obviously, that people, if you don't exercise at all, just do a little walk every day. If you can't do anything, if you're lazy, you hate gyms like me, just do a little walk. Everything, even little effort, it helps with the stamina. It helps with the general health. Anyway, so I did manage to get to my hotel without panting like a dog. And now this is where I am. Tomorrow's plan is to, I'm going to check out. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit sad because I was thinking like, oh, I would be there for 2 nights, like 3 days would be a lot, but 3 days is not a lot. One day was just traveling. I came here in the middle of the day, and then tomorrow my flight is at 8:30 in the after evening, so I will have the day. But today was the whole all one only full day that I had, and I'm feeling a little bit, yeah, I'm feeling okay. I don't want to say it, but I'm feeling separation anxiety that I'm going to be leaving here tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know why I like the city so much. I have no idea. But I do quite like it. I would probably come back again, maybe in the summer, because uh, I can feel my right hand still hurting a little bit from being so cold all day today. And now it's just like thawing out. But I would come back again. So tomorrow's plan is that I would go towards the Andrasi Avenue because I did not go that side today. I stayed near the Danube most of the day, and I will. I have a guided tour booked for the opera house. That should be nice because, and this is how cold I have been today, that I'm already thinking that, okay, at least that's indoors. So that'll be nice and warm. But I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, I will take a look around Andrasi Avenue. There are quite a few nice buildings around there as well. And if I can get to it, if I'm not too tired, I might do the Heroes Square tomorrow. And then other than that, anything that I can do. I've not done any e-scootering this time, mostly because I think it might be too cold to do that. I might do a little bit of that tomorrow because it would be like weird if I come to Budapest and don't do the e-scooter because I'm always bitching about the Oxford e-scooters not being the same as the Budapest one. Budapest ones are better. But I think this is enough rambling on for today. This was a good day. I'm happy about that. And I'm a little bit sad that I'll be leaving here tomorrow. But while I wipe my tears, go ahead and have fun. See you later. Okay, let's summarize that summary. One big tip that I have for you if you go to Budapest, when you go to Budapest, definitely you should go to Budapest, is that riverbank, both sides of it are just gold for photos and videos. Okay, I have seen some photos when I was walking just alongside the river at night coming back to the hotel, and look at those views, look at that scenery, look at the bridges. So if you like to take pictures, if you like to take pretty pictures to show people or just to remember for your memories, definitely go to the river and look at all the things: the Budapest Castle, the Buda Castle, the Parliament, Elizabeth Bridge, Sajeni Chain Bridge, all of that. But also make sure that you take a cruise in the day and one cruise in the evening. They both have the same views, but because of the lighting, they look different and they look so gorgeous even in the evening with the lights on. If you get Christmas time, then yeah, of course, it's amazing. But other than just the Christmas markets, go to the bridges as well and take some nice pictures. That's my good tip. And then, just reminding you that the season one of this podcast is going to finish whenever I finish these the Budapest episodes, whether that is at episode 49 or episode 52. I don't know. Won't go more than 52, I think. And then the next season will start with a new trip. The rebranding will happen with the start of the season, and the I don't know the name yet. I have a few names in mind. I have not chosen one yet. I will tell you one when I have chosen it and secured it, in terms of that I can have that as a podcast name and I can have that as a vlog name. Otherwise I'll have to change. So I'll tell you that after that. But I can tell you a little bit about the trip that I'm planning. This trip is going to be quite long. It's going to be 2 months long, and it is going to be to Southeast Asia. Won't tell you which countries yet because I like to build a suspense. But next time I'll tell you which countries and why. Why will be short, because that will come in season 2 as to why I decided, how it happened that I decided to do this long trip, or how can I manage it. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a great week. I will talk to you next week. Bye bye.